G'day punters, Deano Dugout here for a BBL review on the full season and the finals previews coming up. Good to see you again. Long time no chat. Obviously, we had a couple of winners here, but just want to roll over a bit of cricket for you guys. Go through, obviously, the finals, how the main season sort of went. It didn't really get to give you much of a preview, but hey, we've narrowed it down. Obviously, 4 more teams. Going to look at some value heading into that final series starting tomorrow. So it's sneaking up on us. BBL is every day. I'm sure all the misses out there are very happy that the BBL has been finishing. It's been non-stop cricket action. I know I've been in absolute heaven. Don't know about you guys, but we'll run through, obviously, the ladder, give my biggest disappointment of the season, my surprise packet, as well as tips for the next couple of games. Obviously, we've got a qualifier coming up and a knockout, and then obviously the finals, who I reckon is going to get up. And obviously, hopefully, you can try to back in a couple of winners. Now, obviously, the regular season just finished. Absolute nail-biter of a BBL. I can't remember the last time the BBL had this much sort of traction and this much excitement. I think the shortened series season has actually done wonders, and obviously, school holidays coming to an end. So the BBL is coming to an end with the Hobart Hurricanes coming first on 15 points. Now, they had these locked up quite a while ago, which is I'll just get straight into it. They're my surprise packet of the season. A lot of pundits were tipping them to come actually last, which was a bit surprising. Obviously, some heavy hitters in there, but wow, the form of Mitch Owen, they've unearthed an absolute superstar. He hits sixes for fun, mate. He can hit a length, and if they bowl length, he hits them out of Bell Reeves. So Mitch Owen has definitely been a surprise packer. So is the Hobart Hurricanes, led by Matty Wade. Really, really good, strong home performances. So they finished on top on 15, followed by the Sixers, most consistent team in the comp, obviously. It's been around they've always been up the top for the last, since BBL started, really, and the best fielding team in the comp by a country mile. All of them got hands like bucket. Jordan Silk, Jesus Christ. He would catch a cold coming out of fucking Siberia, that bloke. But Thunder as well, coming in with 12 points. Davey Warner, you can't shut this bloke up. He's on commentary. He's on the field. Fuck me dead. Get him off my screen. But at the end of the day, he's led their team to come third, which is not that surprising given their roster. Then you got the Stars as well, who were 0-5 to start the season. Who would have thought 5 games in a row and have actually come back to make the final? So that rounds out the final series. We'll go over a couple of those games coming up in this preview. Have to touch on the other 4 teams. Now, it was an absolute sort of logjam back at the back end. A few teams had to win just to get through. The Renegades actually was my tip on my bet slip to win it. So I was a bit disappointed they didn't make it through. Same with the Scorchers. So they came 5th and 6th. Scorchers, very surprising. A bit of talk out in the West about a couple of players moving on for them. Could be a little bit disappointing. See the likes of Jason Berendorf and Ashton Agar gone from them. But hey, look, very disappointing if you're a Scorchers fan, but you can't stay on top for too long. There'll be a reshuffle, no doubt, next year. They just missed out on the 8, even though they had to win their last game. They did. Brisbane Heat, the Strikers, round out the bottom half of the table. Look, the Brisbane Heat, for me, the biggest disappointment, without a doubt. They had 2 games to try to win to get into the finals. If they won one, they would have gone in, bottled both games. Their bowling performances were quite pathetic for a couple of international stars. Spencer Johnson, Xavier Bartlett, and the Ebenezer, the evergreen Michael Neser, bowling absolute custard pies. You'd get them even better down at the bakery. I can't believe it. To be honest, they've pretty much conceded 200 runs in both games, and all they need to do is win one. So they've absolutely choked the Brisbane Heat after winning last year. So, favourites to win this year and have come second last. Look, the Strikers, I can't be too critical on them, really. A couple of key injuries to Chris Lynn and Matt Short, who are pretty much their biggest hitters, and they set the base tone for a lot of their innings. Had to do it a little bit tough. Look, Lloyd Pope, he gets absolutely pongoed off a length, but he picked up, I believe, the second most wickets. So good to see big Lloydie there. He lost his hair, but he hasn't lost his rhythm with the ball in hand. So he's done all right, to be honest. So the Strikers, look, if Matt Short didn't get injured mid-season and Chris Lynn late, look, they could have probably won a couple of more games. It's how the cookie crumbles. Alex Carey came back after test selection and did very well. So my biggest disappointment of the regular season was the Brisbane Heat. Hobart Hurricanes, a surprise packet coming first. Now, we're going to get into some finals previews for you guys nice and quickly. Not going to touch on it too much. Going to try and lead you into a couple of winners. 14s left. Like I mentioned, the Hobart, the Sixers, the Thunder, and the Stars. The first game is actually tomorrow, the qualifier, Hobart versus the Sixers. So team 1 versus team 2. Winner of that goes into, obviously, the grand final. And the loser plays the winner of the Thunder and the Stars. Now, this is down at Belrive. The Hobart Hurricanes have lost lost Billy Stanlake, who, if I said that a couple of years ago, you'd go, well, who cares? He's an absolute nuffy anyway. But he's absolutely improved this year in bowling gas. So it's a big loss for them. They didn't play Riley Meredith last game, who's also bowling gas at 150. Down in Belrive, look, the Sixers, like I said, probably the most consistent team. It's very hard to tip against them. But look, I'm going to. Reason being is because it's at home for the Hurricanes. They've had such a good home record this year. And they've got such big, heavy hitters. Look, the Sixers are going to be without Sean Abbott and Steve Smith. Look, you saw what Steve Smith has come back and done. He's pretty much won on both games off his bat. So I think it's a big loss for him. I don't see much depth coming in for the Sixers. Look, it's going to be a very tight one. It's going to be edge of your seat stuff, but I'm going to go the Hurricanes to win that when I believe they're about $1.75 in the first game. And then in the knockout game, Davey Warner's Thunder versus Marcus Stoinis' Stars. Look, I'm going to go the Stars with this one. Based off their pretty much no-care attitude, the way they've played their last 5 games. They've pretty much had to win every game since they've lost their first 5. So I'm going to go the Stars just to roll on with that momentum. I think a lot of pressure is going to be on the Thunder. A lot of players haven't played. Look, Davey Warner's an experienced character. He's going to have them settled, no doubt about that, and he's a fighter. But I think the Stoinis and Glenn Maxwell, look, he's an absolute freak. Glenn Maxwell, last night off his bat, he pretty much won it for him, and he can do anything in the field. I think he's in absolutely scintillating form. So going to go Maxi and the Stoinis boys to get the Stars over the line. Stars have not won a BBL tournament since it started. Now, you think about the players that they've had, it's absolutely ridiculous. If I told you that, you'd think I'd probably lie. I'm lying, but I'm not. So I think the Stars are just going to roll on. Peter Potassium, he got smoked yesterday, but he's got the best economy in the power plays, which is an absolute shock for a 40-year-old. But he's still rolling it back. I think Hilton Cartwright have got some absolute power in the middle. Going to be a cracking game yet again, but I'm going to go with the Stars to win that one. So what we're going to do, guys, is we're going to double them up as our bet head-to-head. I'll also upload a couple of same-game multis for the final series as a Deano special. I think we can get some winners. I mean, I've pretty much... my luck's ran out with the same games without telling you guys, so I'm due for a couple. Pretty sure I've lost about 6 by 1 leg in the last 6 games. So we're due. Stick with us. Hopefully we can get some winners, but I'm going to go with the Hobart to win the qualifier, boys and girls, and I'm going to go the Stars to win their knockout game. Look, they are both favourites. I think they're both $1.75. Let's hook them up, guys. Let's get about $3. I think that's good value. We'll get some same-game multis going on, but hear me out. We're going to go for some value with the total overall winner. We're going to go the Stars to win the whole tournament. Now, who would have thought 5 games in, 5 losses, for them to win, what are they going to win now? 6, to win pretty much 8 games in a row. Am I asking for too much? Probably, but they're $5 and the rest are $2.20. I think the Thunder will go out in straights. I think the Sixers might, unfortunately, without Steve Smith and Sean Abbott, go out in straights, and it's going to be a Hobart and the Melbourne Stars for the grand final. Now, who gets over the top, I mean, if you think Hobart's going to win, you back them now at 220, 225 to win the comp, or you go for the value with the Stars. Now, I am a Sydney boy, so I'm going against them. Don't hate me. I'm just thinking logically here with my head and not my heart. So, boys and ladies and gents, we're going there. That's a BBL wrap. Nice and short and sharp one for you. Hopefully, I got a bit of intel for you guys. Comment, let me know what you think, if you think I'm completely off the boil here, or you like the way that I'm swaying with. But we're going Stars to win the BBL at $5 in the final series, and we're going the Hobart and the Stars double. Catch you next time, guys. Look out for them same games.